I'm sorry.
Every time I open, I look like a prisoner. I'm naked for some reason. I don't know why the prisoner would be naked, but I'm naked.
Do you know, someone said to me the other day, I'm actually a good singer. I'm not a good singer. I'm not. And this isn't me like queuing to try to sing, but someone said to me, "Oh no, you're actually a pretty good singer."
Did they genuinely mean that?
Yeah, and I was like, "No, I'm not." And they're like, "No, I've heard you. Like, you sound pretty good." And I was like, "I don't sound."
What did they reference you at a time when they had heard you sing, or
I
was it live while she was singing?
I always fuck about and sing, so I'll always just be like, "Baby, you don't know." It was just something random, and then they were like, "Wow, you can sing." I was like, "No, I can't." Like,
the thing is, if you fake sing, I think a lot of people can fake sing. Does that make sense? So for example, if you pick like a James Blunt song, "You're beautiful," and do that kind of voice.
That kind of voice. Like, oh baby, you don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like James Arthur type thing. That was more.
Baby. But yeah, like but I think as long as you can hold an octave, then you're alright. Like just hold a note, so you don't have to go very high. You don't have to go like Mariah Carey.
What was the word you said?
Octave.
Octave, is that what you called it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the, if so.
For the creatives out there.
Yeah, so it's like ooh, that's one.
So just a tone you could have said. If you can hold a tone.
So you're not going to go that high, are you? But I could I could hold a note low.
Yeah.
So I could be like bay.
I can't hold a note.
But if you can hold a note, then you kind of get away with singing.
There's certain songs.
I don't know why I'm giving singing lessons.
There's certain songs and artists that don't really necessarily sing, like have like actually a brilliant voice. They get away with it, kind of thing, just because they're talented.
Have you ever seen the video of Ed Sheeran when he first like it's on YouTube, where he couldn't sing?
For real?
He was like, I think it was like 13, 14. There's a YouTube video,
okay.
And it's where like before he had like learnt the skills of singing. It's awful.
The skills. I still didn't know how to sing.
Nah, he was shit. Like I don't want to say shit. I mean, obviously
he's not what he is now.
But he couldn't sing. Like he wasn't like a good singer.
Did he have lessons?
Yeah, he had lessons and just learned how to sing. And I was thinking this, like, like Pippa, obviously know Pippa, Milton Keynes Pippa.
Oh, with the artist, I think you filmed.
So
yeah.
She now does like singing lessons. So she does loads of students and does like, I say singing lessons, like that's all it is. She does like showcases, loads of cool stuff.
Was that who told you you could sing?
No.
That's unfortunate, man.
But I was saying, like, if I remember chatting to her, I was like, I would actually really like to have singing lessons.
Likewise.
Do you reckon you could? So I can't sing, but do you reckon if you had enough singing lessons, you could sing?
100%. I think if you dedicated a lot of time to it, look at Jedward from X Factor.
Yeah, but they still can't sing.
Nah, bro, they could. It got to a.
Jedward, your example.
I swear to you, they got to a point where they could not like they're talented, but they could hold notes. Like they could sing.
Nah, I don't know.
100%. There's profit. There's proof out there even.
There's profit out there for
That's all I think about. I'm sorry. Profit.
Mate, do you know what I did earlier? It's fucking. This is how I know I'm getting old now. I was opening a fucking jar of Marmite. And the lid was like glued on, so I was fucking.
Put your back out?
No, it's like my next jar.
That's common.
Well, yeah, thanks, but it's like I feel old, mate. I was opening a jar thinking I was fucking Superman. Like,
what you should really do is jumping jacks 30 seconds, stretch a little bit, and then open it. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going in cold turkey, and you don't want to do that.
Mate, I just fucking all day. It just gradually got worse. I was like, this is a joke. I was like, I opened a fucking jar.
You do find that even like when you're doing sports and whatnot. Not like I do sports, but mate, you have to warm up now. Like now we're at that age. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
I pulled my back just walking to the car earlier. Do you know what I mean? I've got a knot on my back now.
It's just fucking, mate, it's shit, innit?
Really
I remember when I was younger, you just fucking go outside, sprint everywhere, fucking run back and forth, do whatever the fuck you want, climb a tree, fall out the tree, and you'd be fine. Now, I feel like I do any physical activity and I'm fucked.
I'd be terrified at the thought of someone saying to me, we're going to do a 100-meter sprint, the winner gets £100, and like just at like a gun, they was like, you got to go. I'd come last because I'd be double thinking at the start. Still, I'm like,
I haven't done my lunges.
I'm thinking, will the surgery cost more than what I'm about to win?
Yeah,
because if it does, it's yeah.
Were you good at running? Like, were you fast? Have you ever been?
The thing is, yeah.
When you start with the thing is, yeah. Then it
no, I swear to you, there was a point. I was definitely not that guy in secondary school that was one of the fastest. I'm not even going to try to bullshit like that because there was guys like in my year that were just like full grown men at like the age of 14. You know those kind of guys. But when I was about 13, 14, I was short and I was really fat and stocky. So people used to take the piss because even though I was like built, I could still run. I could still get to some pace, and I think people underestimated me because people used to laugh at me when I played football, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, when you're running, like you move actually okay, like pretty fast, but your legs are like tiny little steps, like really fast. You know, like Dash from Incredibles."
So you're like a steam train,
like a fat little Dash, basically. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, mate. See, I could never run. I've always been really shit. I remember I thought my one good sport was swimming.
Yeah.
I was adamant. Like,
I can't swim, bro.
And I took part in the gala. I was like, hey, fucking
the gala, that's how you know it gets real.
Mate, I fucking got embarrassed. That was the only thing I thought, like in terms of like physical activity.
Yeah, you
I
find
thought that'd be alright. I thought, I thought that'd be my thing. I did it, and they had it like the swimming pool. It was like they had high platforms on either side. I'm on the fucking board before, like these guys can't swim. I come dead last, and I couldn't even finish. I was so fucking like shit. Yeah. I could swim for like the first like 30 seconds. After that, I was terrible.
It's funny how people take to certain things though, isn't it? It's like, for example, like you said about swimming. Like when I was doing it, because our school had a pool.
Yeah.
And like people, when I said that, people were like, your school had a pool. Yeah, if you know about Leon Leisure Centre, you know it's nothing to. Like, a lot of people around these areas went there, to be fair, but there's always that one guy, like when you're doing a technique, you're doing it exactly the same as him, but he's like a swan.
Yeah, mate. He's like a swan.
Just 2 laps under 10 seconds. It's just mad, like. And there's certain things you're always going to be good at, and certain things you're just not going to really take to, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I was just terrible at everything as a kid. I'm still trying to find the thing I'm good at. I know it sounds really stupid. I don't know what
There's something out there, you just ain't found it yet.
I just don't know. Some people have like natural. I don't want to say natural ability, but no,
like,
it's
true. Natural ability.
People have natural ability and stuff.
Like if you're athletic,
you're athletic, but they can just play football, and like they might not be like professional footballer, but they can get football and play a game of football and do a good job. There's nothing I can't think of one thing in my life that I can do where I'm just like, I'm fucking sick of that.
Yeah, it's like...
Apart from playing FIFA, I'll smash every...
FIFA, yeah, if it's sports, like, if you're talking virtual sports, then I'm beating you. No, but like, for example, like, my cousin, I'm not that close with him, but obviously got a lot of time for him. Not like that matters to, and it's even relevant to the story, but just really athletic. It's just random, like, any type of... athletics he put himself to. I remember like in school there was like, what was it when you jump over like the pole, not the pole vault, like you have to jump over like there's a pole and you run and you jump sideways.
Horse jump.
What are you talking about? I don't mention no horses. You run and you jump sideways over the pole.
That's high jump.
High jump, yeah. I remember him like, don't get me wrong, he's really tall and it was just him competing. There was loads of people in the hall just watching. I'm like the athleticism weren't passed on to me, and he's in my family. How's this possible? Because you won't catch me.
Yeah.
And he played like pro football for like Luton. I think he plays for football now. So
I'd
it's just in some people, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I had like a bit of a bicker with my friend because I was saying that he was like, I always say, you're genetically, you've got good genetics.
Yeah.
You're genetically good. It's Aaron I'm talking about. I always say like,
I've said that to you. I banter about it as well. Don't know
so basically, I would always say it's like, as obviously goes to the gym, he works hard. It's not the fact he doesn't do any physical activity. He does, and he is an athletic guy. But I would always be like, yeah, but your genetics, you have better genetics. And he was like, no, it's not genetics. He's like, he was kind of saying, no, I work hard. And I was like, yeah, but you have really good genetics,
100%.
which when you put that work in, you get results a lot quicker than what. I was like, I could go to the gym and eat the same diet he does for a year. He would be absolutely fucking chiseled, and I would still be a little chubby idiot.
People have body types. Even like if it comes down to bodybuilding, for example, you could have the exact same guys eating the exact same stuff at the same time, but of course they're going to look different. Everyone's different, aren't they? But it's like a prime example when I was like heavily into gym, like 16, 17, and I was like slogging it out, like going 6 days a week, just living for it. Like I loved it, and I looked alright, to be fair. And then, but I could never like get a 6-pack and that because I was always a bit stocky. Do you know what I mean? But I looked alright, and my black friend, I say that because genetics again. She's like, I've been going to the gym for a week. You want to see my abs? And I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, and I'm like, what do you do? She's like, I just go on a bike every now and then. I'm like, what?
Just walk around the gym a couple of times, walk out.
And so predominantly, obviously, when you look at athletics, like black people dominate. Do you know what I mean? Like whether it's NFL, NBA, and
but not the darts. Not the fucking darts.
They can't down a point like we do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's crazy. I was having a conversation the other day. I don't know if you're like this. I'm a fucking deep thinker. And and I was talking like about, and I don't want to go into like what's outside of space, but I was like,
Fuck.
no, I don't want to go there. But I was talking about aliens, right?
Okay.
So I was saying that we always see that there's odds are there are aliens out there, but I was
100%.
thinking if there are aliens, how do we know we're going to be able to communicate with them? Because right now, so we can't communicate with wasps, can we? We fucking don't know. We don't know how to have a conversation with wasps.
There's someone out there that if they invested enough time, they'd probably figure out how. But yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they could. What I'm trying to say is that if there are aliens and they did come, would they be able to? Well, would we be able to communicate with them? Like we just assume we would.
Not to like.
And not only that. Sorry to add to
right.
that. So just to add to that is that. So when we see like a something we don't like, so say we see a spider, right? A spider comes in the room, it's like fuck. It's almost like yeah.
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
The first thing you do is fucking stomp on it or do something. So if these aliens are bigger than us, they might not even be bad people, but they might just fucking be on their little spaceship, come here and be like, what the fuck, and just stomp on.
We better hope that they've been like watching over us this whole time, and for whichever reason they decided to become Buddhists. Because of course Buddhists don't kill insects, and if they think like us like that, you know what I mean? We'll be safe.
But do you reckon like if there are aliens, right? Where the odds are, and they shouldn't even be called aliens, there might be another species or whatever, right? Do you reckon they have the same like religious beliefs? I know it sounds mad, but no, because the thing is, if so, or maybe a better way to ask this: are the religious beliefs only applicable to planet Earth, or are the religion, like for example, like if you believe in, I don't know all the religions, but say if you believe in God, you believe in whatever God you believe in, does he rule the whole universe, or did he just create planet Earth?
The thing is, there's no.
Don't go off topic, like,
no, I'm not going off topic. No, because I was going to say, all we know about aliens is only what's been depicted in movies, so we can't exactly even begin to imagine like, and we always assume that they're of course going to be so much more advanced than us. What if they come down and they're just like cavemen and like we're the intelligent ones? We don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But but I just want to know that, like, take aliens out of the equation. Is religion only applicable to planet Earth?
Well, it's
I know. I love. I'm asking you, like, you're the pastor.
No. Obviously, what? I'll give my take on it. Do you know what I mean?
But would you like?
I'm the chosen one. Yeah. The knowledge of all.
Yeah, you are Neo. I'm just intrigued. I've never actually thought of that. Like, is it because then they say like God created planet Earth?
Yeah.
That you hear that said. You hear like God's the creator of man. So does that mean there might be another God?
Let me sip my coffee.
Yeah, there might be another God that created like another planet, and then there's like a beef between the gods. Do you see what I mean? No, hear me out. It's like, imagine like, so you've got whatever religion you believe in is your planet Earth. So I'm not saying choose whichever God you believe in, and he created planet Earth. Let's just say there's someone who's just like that God, but he created another planet Earth with a whole different bunch of his interpretation of what humans, man, woman should be like.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they have a bit of like compare? Or
I think that is that's another Avengers film waiting to happen. That is.
That's an interesting. I think that's a really interesting insight, though.
Yeah, but to be fair, again, everything comes down to. Obviously, I'm not going to mention anything about religion. Sake of, I wouldn't want to offend anyone, but it's always what's been depicted. Like, I don't know every religion. So, say for example, Christians, we've got the Bible, Catholics Bible, Muslims, you've got the Quran. Like, these books are like kind of obviously passed along from centuries and centuries ago. Like, someone left them there for us to find and kind of, do you know what I mean? So it's hard to kind of just say as to whether or not there's another planet with other gods. Did someone else leave another book for someone?
There's God beef.
Because then there's of course there's people that will. I'm neither, by the way. I'm not pro or whatever. But there's the Big Bang Theory, ain't there? That kind of people don't, and atheism, like they just don't believe in God. They believe in the Big Bang, and
the series is good. Like
that Raj bloke, he's a top lady. Yeah.
No, I don't know, but I don't know why, but it always seems to be like at night. I'll just have these weird thoughts, and I'll just be like, I feel like there's something like outside of this world that's talking to me. It's like, I don't know, like Thor's hammer. It's fucking come down.
Fucking nothing worse than when you're half asleep or you're asleep, awake or whatever, and you get such a good question, and you go, "Why is no one ever questioned? Why have I never?" And it's so good, and you forget about it. Ever had that? It's just me.
Well, how do you remember you thought of it? If you
Because I know I've had that light bulb moment a few times in my life, and as you know, the bulb like quickly dimmers off in my brain from time to time. Do you know what I mean? So
I want to ask someone that though. If anyone knows the answer, if anyone's even fucking listening,
wait, what's the question? Reiterate that again.
Are the religions, are they only applicable to planet Earth, or does it apply to the whole universe? Because when you hear, so
there'll
again,
be a theory.
Again,
there.
I'm using. Again,
I'm. Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, quick Google it. But the reason why I'm asking is because when you hear about, so again, only the information I have is that God created like Adam and Eve. Do you know what I mean? Did the whole thing. There's the snake that did the. I don't really know. I'm probably
snake.
No, like the snake and.
Are you talking about
forbidden fruit? Forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
So the snake. I don't know if the snake actually exists. But there's all this stuff, and it's like then Noah's Ark with the animals, and there's. But you see what I mean? All this stuff's based around the planet Earth. It's not based around anywhere else. So is God only, or the gods only applicable to? I love that you're just staring.
Yo, read that for me. I hurt my eyes, bro. Please.
Religion is a species-specific human universal. That's fucking. Is both the product. Is both the product of genetic. No, because it hasn't got a space of genetic and cultural evolution and dual inheritance that characterizes the peculiar nature of human evolution. That doesn't really answer my question. Like,
that's why
I love on here.
That's what I wanted to pass to you as
well. The next one is, who is the God of the universe? And I was like, okay, interesting. It's like, who created God? What, like, it's just
because don't they say, this is terrible if I don't know this, by the way, so don't hold me to it and just correct me, please. But when you refer to God, Jesus and God are of course a separate thing. They say God created Jesus, don't they? So who?
Yeah, well, it's God. God's just his son.
Yeah, so who's God?
That's
Jesus holds a name, but no one knows the name of God.
That's what I
obviously in sorry to cut you off, in the Quran and Muslims, Islam. Sorry, I can't say it properly, but
I don't know what you're saying.
Basically, they follow Allah. Like they've got a name.
Yeah.
They've got, obviously we've got Jesus, but when these people like refer to like gods, like I said, is Jesus' father? Who's God? I mean,
yeah.
That was a whole like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I was trying to, because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah. That Bible. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa.
God, the God has a name rather than just being called God.
No, I'm saying, does he? And who is he? In the politest way. That sounded aggressive.
I do. The thing is, when I chat to people about religion, and I find it really interesting because no one really knows, and I think like a lot to do with religion is about feeling and it's about having faith.
Yeah.
But it's. I ask too many questions. I would love to be religious. I would love to have I would love to have a faith. I'd love to have and it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't believe in anything. It's that I ask too many questions, and a lot of it, as I said, it's about feeling. It's about having a connection to something, or having connection to something that you can't see, and having faith in something that you can't see with your own eyes. So I think that's why I've always struggled with it. Whereas, as I said, some people that when you have the conversations, they're like, "No, I just know. I speak with God every day,"
exactly.
and I think it's so cool.
It's nice, man.
But I just want to know if this planet Earth is all.
Like, I'm exactly the same as well. Like growing up, I was baptized, like my family, Christians and whatnot. But being completely honest, don't really practice like the religion and that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas my boy's mum was a Catholic, a family, a Catholic, very much follow that religion. So naturally, she was like, "I want to get my son baptized." Forgive me if that's not the correct term, but and I was over the moon about it in a sense where I was just like, I'd rather him have something to believe in, because I think belief's a strong thing. Like predominantly, like for example, the reason why I felt like that as well was like from working with like growing up, like 18, like I said, working in the warehouse. It was these I had friends with older African men and whatnot, like really religious people. And they were always happy. They always felt like they had answers for things and stuff like that. And they were just generally happy people. And a lot of it was down to religion. So because of that, I was like, maybe it's a positive thing for people to have a belief.
You'll see like a lot of celebrities, won't you? Who when stuff goes wrong, they'll say God has a plan for me. Like I know this is all in His plan. And then when things go well, they'll thank God. So I think it's interesting because you hear it mentioned so often, like about having faith and you hear it in a lot of music now. Like I feel like gospel,
like Chance even.
Chance the Rapper, even like Stormzy's done like a lot of stuff which is kind of heavily inspired by like gospel music. So I kind of think that you hear about it so much, and I guess you're kind of drawn to it because, again, if it's kind of if that's kind of tied into the culture that you already listen to. So hip hop and rap is something that obviously we listen to quite a lot, and then when gospel's kind of tied into it, you're naturally. Like I was actually listening to gospel music the other day.
Oh, for real?
I didn't even realize it's a song off Sister Act.
Is it really?
It's like joy to the. I can't even remember the.
I probably know it if I heard it.
Joy to the world, I think it is. But I was just like, this just really feels happy. This feels like the most like really. And when you listen to it, you feel uplifted. I'm like, if that's what religion is. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Like if that's what having faith and belief in something. But I want to get my friend and Tarek, and he said he's going to come on at some point, so I'll definitely have to prompt him again. But he moved to Australia. And I don't know his full story, so I haven't had this full blown conversation with him. So I feel like I want to say that like I might be getting this a little bit wrong, but he's always been religious, but he one day just had like an awakening, and he just almost I don't really know how his life changed, which is why it'd be good to get him on, but he just kind of was like his view on life and his view on religion and everything was like enhanced by a million. And
in what he already believed was enhanced?
Yeah, so I think I think he believes in like I think he's a Christian. And he's become really, really, really religious. Like he uses socials now as a platform to kind of to spread awareness and talk about religion and talk about things. And I remember like because again I don't see him all the time. Like he's someone I've known for a long time, but it was like it shocked me because it was never something I had associated with him before, and then out of nowhere he was almost like he had all these. Again, I don't know too much about it, and that's why again it'd be good to have him on. But it was just something that he said one day he woke up. I think this is pretty much what happened. One day woke up and was like a completely different person. It was like a different human being.
So it wasn't like him like kind of trying to understand his life, like I need to better my life. It was literally just like
and you hear that happen. Like some people just have like a
because usually it takes something negative to happen for people to kind of go down it, but it can happen.
But that's why I'd love to talk to him, because I remember I know he's had like a lot of like slack for it, because again, if someone just completely changes not who they are, but their beliefs and starts becoming a lot more stronger with them. Again, people kind of being like, "Oh,
it's that old stupid dilemma, isn't it?"
Exactly, yes. But so I'd love to have the conversation with him, because I would love to know what triggered it and what caused it. Because I've never actually had the conversation with him. I see through his socials, and I see it when I see him. Like, again, he's a good friend. Like, so, but I would love to know what caused that change, because I can notice it from far away. So I can imagine people closer to him, who see him every day. Will notice it like a million times more.
Yeah, because I'd love to have that kind of conversation with someone that I knew, like growing up, like you said as well. So if you had that kind of encounter, that's really positive. I'd love to have him on as well, because I've seen people in a similar situation that I've kind of gone to school with, and I've never questioned it like, oh, is that kind of genuine and whatnot, rah rah, and then like you said on their social medias, but then like weeks later, like it completely stops and they're going back to how they live. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if someone's like genuinely like has them strong beliefs, do you know what I mean? It'd be really good to kind of
just understand
what changed. Do you know what
I do think as a whole, like everyone's become quite closed-minded now. Like I think because
100%.
Because you can
there's so many changes in like life in general. Like,
but I think it's so easy to have so much information about so many things now, because with like social media. Like it's even like all this stuff with the vaccine. It's been fucking really funny. But like all these, you see all these memes about it. But everyone's talking about this vaccine being like, oh, the scientists and everyone's saying this is a massive breakthrough.
Yeah.
But Gary from Bedford is saying it's fucking disaster and we need to be careful. And this is what you see in I Am Legend.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean. This is the problem. Is that everyone's got their set view on what things are based on the information that. It may not even be concrete, but no, like on social media, they'll be able to see someone share a post. And it doesn't have to be fact checked. It could just be vaccine has shown symptoms of fucking, I don't know, like
Yeah.
something like, and then someone shares that, and then someone else sees it, and next thing you know, rumours spread around going, oh,
True.
did you not see about that vaccine? It actually causes this.
Yeah, the thing is, you could take like a multivitamin and end up in hospital. Do you know what I mean? There's side effects to everything, man. So,
But the thing that I do get annoyed about, that's what I'm saying about with the open mind thing, is that
yeah.
if everyone was just more open minded to try and listen, rather than listening with the intent to just respond. So I know nothing about the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't really trust it. I don't know why. I just don't trust it. And I'm sure I could be wrong, but I would never encourage anyone to not take it. But I wouldn't encourage anyone to take it.
Yeah.
I'm just very much like, I'm very suspicious of it. I don't trust it, and I've got my reasons. Whereas there's other people who will say, don't fucking trust the vaccine, do not do it. And then there's also other people being like, the vaccine's fine. And I was like, I don't think anyone's 100% right.
Yeah.
You can have an educated guess on what it is, but I feel like if people were just a bit more open-minded to try and listen and have conversations about stuff, it would just be a better...
I'm not for or against it. Like, until like it comes to that date where we've got to make a decision, and then me being lastminute.com, then I'll check it out and that kind of thing. I don't know if I hold a responsibility because we're not in that current stage. Obviously, we will be soon. But one thing I'm finding like kind of interesting with everything that's going on in the world at the minute, I'm finding a lot of people across their social medias kind of posting a lot about like the vaccine, not negative stuff, just like informative stuff, which is crazy. Like the same people that used to see like posting like random shit about Justin Bieber, like, and just as an example, now they're posting like all this informative stuff all of a sudden. It's different. It's like became certain people on social media that do this, which is a positive thing. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people should do that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to spread awareness, but you got to make sure the information you're spreading is accurate. And I feel like that's the problem, is that people aren't sharing accurate information.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it's like neither for or against, do you know what I mean? Like if it's just neutral, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And but because someone I know, like Helen actually, like she's been posting, because she's been working as part of, I don't know the full extent, but she's been working something along the line of the COVID fucking team or whatever, and she's been posting being like, oh, these idiots who are saying don't have the vaccine, like, I've worked with it, I've done this, I've done that, and she was kind of giving her thing. But I was like, and just my view, I haven't had this conversation with her, but I just saw that and was like, just because you worked with it doesn't mean you know absolutely everything about it.
Yeah.
Which was my thing. But again, she's kind of saying, I don't want, like,
I've
these
seen
idiots.
what happens and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and
so
I feel like no one
that,
fucking knows. Like, no one's actually, like, no one knows. And if everyone was just more open minded, so she could give a really interesting viewpoint from, I've seen this. Like, I don't think it's bad as everyone thinks, like that. But instead, the straight away thing to do is, like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you idiots, you fucking... I'm like, well, maybe some people have a point. Maybe some people, there's information that is actually real. And I don't know if there is, but I mean, like, surely we should be more open-minded for there being information rather than just answering. And
don't worry,
like,
man. They'll say you can't get into a pub until you've taken a vaccine. You can't get into Weatherspoons, and over half the British population will take it there and then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do find it funny though when they
Can you book my table as well? I'm table 20. Send me over a pint. A free pint with your vaccine.
They're doing vaccines on the door, aren't they? The bouncers fucking jabbing you on the way in. But it's funny, like, people were saying that people will happily go and buy like fucking these scummy drugs off whoever, shove it up their nose or whatever, and don't care what's in it or anything. True, but as soon as the vaccine, whoa, don't want to be putting this. And it's
because it's from the government, though, isn't it? They could be doing anything. You don't know.
You just don't know. And I think not only that, it's like it's been so quick. It's like there's not enough time. Like apparently we knew about this disease or this coronavirus from a year ago. So in 12 months, they've created a vaccine. I don't think they're saying, and I don't know enough about science, so I don't want to sit and be like, oh, no, there's not. I don't know how long a vaccine fucking takes. But for me, it seems a bit quick.
How many things has there been? I'm sure there's been a lot more. So far, we've had house cleaning products can kill it from Trump. We had recently, if you drink mouthwash, it kills it.
Oh, mate,
it's just so many things.
I see these really funny ones where it's like, if you eat cinnamon rolls and butter, it helps fight it, or
it just
having a glass of red wine.
It just doesn't help the case of like, you should take this when you've got stupid things like that. Don't get me wrong, I trust them a lot more.
But do you know what my argument is? And I don't want to get into a whole thing about the vaccine, because I said I don't know. But I don't get how we've created a vaccine for something that we still can't accurately test for. So you see a lot now. There's like negative tests that then
positive,
are positive.
The same day.
And then you got tests that come back that are positive when they're actually negative. And there's things where we don't fully understand the disease. So how we create a vaccine for something we don't fully understand yet. That's all it is. It's like we don't fully understand. They're still saying now, we don't know how long antibodies will last. And it's like, okay, well, if you don't know that, how have you created a vaccine for that? That's all it is. It's not like I don't want to be like a conspiracy guy who's like, yeah, they're putting fucking microchips. Bill Gates is fucking doing this. I'm aware that there might be truth in that. I'm not being closed-minded. No, but there might be. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be closed-minded to anything. Like that's my whole point with this is that. Just be open-minded. Don't rule anything out. So don't say, this vaccine might work and might be fine, but it also might be something really dodgy. Don't be closed-minded to think, oh no, I know best. Because that's what everyone is. Like people who think they're right, all they say is, this is the thing. This is like this.
The thing is, I'm not going into conspiracy theory too much, but the whole chip thing is a common thing. So we won't delve into everything else much. But if you think about people like, they could track you, they've got all your details on a chip. Like, what's a phone, bro?
I've got an Apple Watch on that doesn't leave my wrist. I've got my phone.
Do you know, and do you know how I found this out?
I'm not a camera and a mic.
I'm not a criminal, Do you know how I found this out? I don't know if you've seen the show. I think it was on like Channel 4, and they had to rob a bank. No, sorry, they didn't have to rob a bank. Sorry, there was armored trucks, and there was like a team of like 12 or something, and I think it was called like On the Run. Brilliant, man.
Oh yeah. No,
and they all obviously split money. It's just like 12 random people. They meet up, they help each other out, and then you have to get away with the money. And at the end, they have to drop it off and secure the money. And one of the things that they found some of the people with was like where the phones were last used. Like when the crime happened, they could find out what mobile phones were in that area at that specific time. How scary was that? So if I was walking past a bank at a precise that time it was robbed,
they would know you were there.
They would know I was there. So how are you going to tell me that, you can't because the chip? Listen, if I want to get a chip so I can walk in my house, lights on, lights off, just like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If they give me this chip, I don't have to carry my wallet anymore. I can just fucking use my wrist. But I do think because technology, like bear in mind, we're probably like in my opinion, we're about 20 years behind the technology that the government have access to. So don't know like iPhones and smartphones.
Where are our hover cars, man? Futurama and all those things there, they lied to us.
They promised me hover cars.
You watch movies all the time now. I think it was even like Back to the Future.
Yeah, I was going to say
2020.
They said 2020.
And I really thought like even when I was younger watching these type of movies, I wonder what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Instead it's just fucking mad with everything going on. There's memes going about now, like you said, it's funny because you said about aliens. There's memes going like aliens all huddled together and it's like I feel like now is the right time to crop up.
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
All the ingredients are there.
I think they'll take it a lot better if we crop up now. Do you know what I mean?
I just think it's mad. But even like fucking this, is what I mean. Just the whole world, I said, is a bit mad. Like you even see like Mayweather, Logan Paul, fucking fighting. You've just seen Mike Tyson come back. You see
a glorious time.
It's just fucking. But like, it's not just like one thing. It's not just like the government's weird. It's like sports are weird. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the fact that like all of the sports been going on behind closed doors. Like if you would have said like a year ago or like wherever, just so you know, next year there's gonna be absolutely zero fans at all the big football stadiums. You'd be like, fuck off. Just so you know, Mike Tyson's gonna have a comeback. And there's going to be no fans there.
It does sound like some kind of Sylvester Stallone future movie. They got Mike Tyson fighting as an old man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's all this shit. There's just like, what? Like, you would never believe this stuff would happen. If you had to put a bet on last year.
Snoop Dogg as the commentator, by the way. Mate. Do you see one of the comments he says? He's like...
he starts summoning him, doesn't he? Like he's singing. Nate Robinson gets knocked out. And
is it? No, I've not seen the bit. There's a bit when he's talking about Mike and Roy fighting.
Two uncles.
Your two uncles fighting at a cookout.
But yeah, mate. But it's just all this stuff, and it's just like it's crazy. And even like people working at home, like you think like the restaurant and bars and all that, normally thriving businesses. They're like on their arse. It's all this stuff like shops closing. It's just fucking mad, and it's just. I don't know. It's almost like is this the point where things?
There's got to be a movie about this in the future, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
No, it's weird. There is it's like on Netflix, I think.
And it was called. It was before Corona, I think, wasn't it? It was called like Corona.
But it's even weird because when there's like interviews. Again, I'm not trying to be all conspiracy theorist, but there's a thing where Obama talks about it. So I think in 2014, Obama talks about we need to be prepared for a virus, and then there's another thing where Bill Gates is talking about this. He says the biggest like downfall of humans will be.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's necessarily. I think that's common knowledge, and the reason why they know it's common knowledge is because all the billions that are invested in the things that aren't like a general like requirement. For example, technology. Obviously, it's kind of oil, for example. But yet they won't invest that back into healthcare and like kind of being able to do like these tests and these vaccines and these cures where if they invested the same amount of money there'd be a do you know what I mean? And they've been saying that for years, so I don't think that's necessarily a conspiracy. I think that's general knowledge that even Obama in his position was probably thinking, shit, like we should probably spend more money. We should probably spend money on like healthcare, not because like we need to, but because we're investing money into all these other pots, and surely this should matter as well. And I think that's like kind of a general consensus throughout like everyone. Surely everyone knows that and feels that. And I think now this is a clear indication that shit, do you know what I mean? We're nowhere near where we'd assume. Like, for example, if you told me, oh, we're going to have a virus, we're going to be like working from home almost a year, they're not going to find a vaccine.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, shut up. With technology, everything they got, they'll get that in a couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So, goes
to
show.
Mate, it is mad. Like, I just don't know, man. Tupac said it, didn't he? He said
all eyes on me.
They got money for wars, but can't afford to feed the poor or something like that.
Boom.
But it's just things like that. But it's the same thing. Like they have all this. When they're saying like there wasn't an imaginary. I don't want to really get into politics.
No.
I feel like we've talked about it for a while. But like they were saying, no, we can't afford this. We can't do that. There is no imaginary money. There is none of this. As soon as the pandemic hits, you get some money. No, you get some money. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we'll furlough you. We'll do this. And it's like, well, that money was there. I know. I'm aware we're probably going into debt at the moment. But
we're fucked.
But when they say we can't do stuff, clearly they can do more than what they say they can do. Is my point. So when they say they can't homeless people, or they can't look after like war veterans, or they can't do like all this stuff they say they can't do, they can. And that's all you got. That's all you got to remember. When shit goes back to normal. And people are saying, nah, we can't do this, we can't do that. Just remember, when shit does hit the fan, they can do stuff. They're like, when they need to, they can.
Do you know what? I had an idea, actually. Random note. You mentioned homelessness. I thought it was really cool. I think it's a decent idea. Whoever's done it, like, hats off to you. But I was walking through the city centre the other day, and now they've got a random stand. It's like by the old Burger King where it used to be. That's closed down. But you walk past with your card and literally you can tap your card and donate £3 to homelessness.
Yeah, sick, yeah.
That's such a good idea. And I was thinking, things like this, you got like Monzo cards, for example, that like if you want to do a savings account, like say for example, I went and bought a drink 80p, I can round up 20 people into a savings account. Why is there not an option where you can round up and donate it to charity, for example? That should be an option.
No, they do that, I think, like in certain places. Like I've seen.
I think it's online, like Domino's, donate £1 here and all that. I don't think that's a general like. If you're walking on a card,
but on the petrol station around the corner from mine, they do that. They go.
Oh, swear.
Yeah. So they round up your thing they ask you in the screen on the card machine, do you want to round up to go to charity? The only thing with that is that they don't specify what charity, which is what I don't like.
Yeah.
They go, do you want to go to charity?
Do you want to donate to the charity of Tesco's? To combat the thieves that we have, the shoplifters.
The guys who take the cheese boards and moisturiser.
And there's a video of just guys and you're like...
Mate, do you know what's really surprising? When after that episode went out last week, people were saying to me, like,
how to do it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, that's fair play, mate. Yeah, fair play.
Play.
I realised afterwards, because I'm just not really too fussed about talking about whatever on it. And I thought afterwards, fuck, like, that makes me sound really bad. Like, fuck, I don't want
I'm not going to lie, I was glad it was you, not me.
Yeah, but then everyone was like, fuck, you know, that's smart.
You're saying what a lot of people probably do. It's not really smart, is it? It's just...
Yeah, it's smart, mate. I was saying I'm going to become a con man. I'm fucking like, you know, con man. But
last night in words, those are, mate.
Yeah, I'll get caught next time. I'm not doing it again.
I've not got time to like any time I've kind of been a bit naughty and like
bit naughty.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I've not got like a criminal record or anything like that. But whenever I've done something petty, you've got arrested and whatnot, and they've gone prison, I'm like nope. And the thing is, before that as well, I remember there's times when I thought I was a proper bad boy and all that, and I was going around with like those kind of guys, and I was like, yeah. But as soon as they started mentioning prison, I was like, hell no, but please. I was like, so
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough.
It's ridiculous, man. So drop me out that con men talk. I ain't about that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? I actually went back. I did the scan thing again, but I didn't. I was like, let me just not take anything. Let me just see how this works because I need to understand how they do their thing. No, I didn't take anything.
Oh, why are you talking up like you're perfecting it? Especially after last week.
I wanted to understand.
You sound like, oh yeah, for the members now, I've got a little bit more insight for you.
I'm going to give the insight, man. I'm going to give the insight. Like, but what I'm saying is, I just did it as normal. I just did my shop as normal with the scan without doing anything wrong. Because I was like, did they check me last time? Because I was wondering, did they check me last time because they saw me put anything in my basket, or did they just check me as it was a random check? Just did my thing. I got pulled up again. Okay. But I didn't take anything. And what they do is they have to scan like 15 items.
Oh, so it's in every time then, is it?
I don't think it's every time because I was watching other people.
It's like a lucky raffle.
I think so I think it's a lucky raffle. But I think the thing is that last time because you do it with your club card.
Yeah.
So you go in and you scan your club card to get your thing. So I must have said last time. Last time he didn't. He had a cheese board and moisturizer. That's why I wanted to go back and be like, all right, cool. Let me see if it like.
Oh, do you reckon it flags up?
So I think it flags up saying last time he did something, so I'm going to do it a couple more times, just normal, and see if it keeps on checking me because I'm not sure if because it's annoying.
That's clever how they do that.
No, it's not clever, mate.
It's clever.
I cheated the system. But you said you wanted to talk about retirement plans.
Did I?
You said you got your retirement plan sussed out.
Do you know what's funny?
You told me. I know all about my retirement.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, like I said to you, oh yeah, I want to plan it, and it's just been something I've been briefly thinking about. But you didn't sound that interested, so I was a bit like, I won't look into it too much. I'll leave it. But I've always got my retirement plan there ready to go. Let me explain
this. So every week, without fail, and we spoke about this before. Brad will be like, all right, cool. What's our topics? What are we talking about? And I'm like, we'll just hit record and see what happens. We spoke about aliens and religion, fuck
knows, yeah, man.
Yeah, fuck knows.
There's a whole lot of me murmuring and and all that.
But you'll be like, all right, what is it? Like, what are the things? Like, do we need to touch on this? And I'm like,
I have to, bro. Like, I say I have to. Like, that's how my mind works. I'm like,
yeah. So so today I was just like, nah.
To be fair, it shows how chilled I am with it. Like, I look like let me just show him the outfit. Yeah. So look at my shoes. Yeah. I've got a North Face like fleece on. Like, I look like the gas man that forgot to wear his like working trousers and left them at home. Reeboks? Yeah, these are Reeboks.
No, we're both fucking Reeboks. I like that.
I look like if somebody consciously put together an outfit to make it look bad. This is what like I think it would have went better for me if I just threw on anything that I found.
You're like part roadman, part
working for BT. I'm here to fit your router.
No, part middle-aged man who's had to go to the shops to grab some milk.
The sleeves look a bit short as well on this. I thought I've got T-Rex arms to be fair, but this is even a bit short for me.
Yeah. Sorry, tell me about your retirement plan, man.
Yeah, man. Before I end up talking about my outfit for another half hour. Tell me about your
retirement plan.
So, like I said, I really didn't plan about it. I always know my retirement plan, so I don't really want to spoil it. Tell me yours, because yours will be more spontaneous. I know what mine is.
What's your retirement?
No, I know what mine is. Tell me now, so yours is spontaneous.
When you say retirement plan,
I don't want to give you time to think.
What I want to do when I retire?
So I don't mean your retirement plan and you're like, if I save this amount and this month for X amount of months, I will have this. I don't mean nothing like that. I mean like once you've retired, like actually first of all, how are you going to retire? That'll be a brief one. And what you're going to do when you're retired.
Do you know how ignorant and stupid I was? Like this was a few years ago. I was being told like, save for a mortgage, you got to get money for a house. And my words were, and this is hand on my heart true, I'm going to get so rich. I won't need a mortgage.
That's not ignorant, bro. It's funny, but it's not ignorant.
No, because even if you're fucking rich, you need to get a mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
Are you aware of how rich you would have to be to like not? And even then, you would still get a mortgage. Like that's such a dumb mindset.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's listening to this,
I'm gonna buy it outright.
If anyone else is thinking that, you're a fucking moron. Like don't ever have the mindset.
No, give them a break. Someone might be sitting out there and sitting on 500k or something, just buy a house outright.
You don't know. No. Like your odds are like 99.9% of people got mortgage. Like, I wouldn't put it past like even when Jay-Z was popping. Like, obviously now he's probably paid it off or whatever. He will still have mortgages.
Bro, he ain't got mortgages. Are you mad?
I think he'll still have mortgages.
You don't think his houses are bought outright?
I don't know how it all works, but it's to do with like no. This is what I mean. It's not just about like it's not just about having money. And again, I'm not a businessman or I don't know stuff. But the thing is, you have mortgages because you get like tax reliefs from doing like it's something weird. Which I don't understand it all, so don't quote me on that. I'm not telling you to cheat the system, but yeah, there's reasons to have mortgages more than just you would have really fucking good
for like
rates.
tax evasion or something.
Yeah, like
obviously
some dodgy
not
stuff.
not
Yeah,
the
not
illegal
evasion,
way,
but you would be able to do stuff where like a
Loopholes.
mortgage to let, or
Yeah.
well, I don't really understand. But either way, there's ways you can do it, and you put your money into different places. So then that way, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So the dumb way of thinking. So I've never really thought about like I've always just been adamant. At some point, I'll earn enough money that I won't even have to worry about my pension. I won't have to worry about anything like that. Because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having to worry about your pension, but the pension isn't enough, is it?
No, 100% not.
So it's like if you base your whole life around having a pension, that's really hard. You've got to have some money put away, or do you know what I mean, come across some money. But I'm really worried like that. Like no, every year that goes by, I'm like I feel like I need to suss it out.
Like based on like basic salaries now, what we're supposed to retire at like 70 or something like that, man.
It goes up. My mum was actually really mad. She was telling me about it. She said, so I think for her generation, like the retirement age was meant to be 60.
Yeah.
So she would have got like her pension from like I think from 60. Then they changed something, so she had to retire at 67. So in theory, she lost 7 years of like I can't remember why what happened or anything, but it was just like the government had done something really dodgy.
Wow.
And it's like so she had to work an extra. Well, she's having to work an extra 7 years.
Yeah, don't give away your mum's age now.
Yeah, but like
you get yourself in trouble.
Well,
boy.
it was from 60. Like she'll have to work an extra 7 years from there. So so it's mad. Like it's when like you can't trust. Like you're putting. That's something I've always found weird. Like you're putting money. Like you're paying your pension. So like if you work somewhere, you have a pension scheme. And I'm putting money in
Why is that coming out my salary first of all?
No, because that's money going into your pot, isn't it? Like that's your money.
Yeah, but why do the businesses we work for not pay towards that? And why is that coming?
No, they do. So the
do.
company you work for they match what you put in.
I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that you'll do this, and they'll like but then I'm just paying. But like, why can't I just keep that money? I know you can.
You do that when you're younger. Like I've opted out. At a job before, and it was like £250. I never put myself back in a pension again. I was like, quit money, give me it. You know what I mean?
That's it. And like, if I could get access to my pension money now, Lord knows I'll take it.
Would
like,
you?
Yeah. Because mate, as I said, like when you talk about retirement plans, like I just think that
what happens when we get really old and there's no like council houses and stuff. Like, what's gonna happen, bro?
Yeah, I know, mate.
Like my son or daughter better take me into their house in the spare room or something.
Mate, my biggest fear, and I always worry that it sounds arrogant. It's not arrogance. It's just like my biggest fear is getting to like 70, 80 or whatever, or getting old, and at that point in my life, all I've done is work a job.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have to, and maybe that'll change with age.
Like at least, like, do you not feel like you've got a career as opposed to a job? To some, would you say? Don't get me wrong. You probably feel like your career is a job to some extent because obviously you have the company you work for from time to time, and obviously your other ventures as well. Do you feel like it's a career still? Or do you feel like it's a job?
No, not at all. Like I don't. It's really hard. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think you can have something in the early stages. So like that Jeff Bezos or whatever did when he started Amazon. I'm sure at that point until it got to a substantial place, it probably didn't feel like a career. It probably felt like he was in the early stages of building. So I still feel like it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's a bad example.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I still think very much you should have the insight. Like at the end of the day, you're self-employed. Like if you want to go and chase opportunities, that's on you to do. Therefore, that's a career. No?
Yeah.
Not solely based on
what I'm doing now is more class a career as if I still worked in the call center or if I worked in a restaurant still.
Yeah.
So of course, there's that side of it. But until you're earning a substantial amount of money consistently, and when I mean substantial, I mean like substantial, like not just enough to be able to go and do what I want and buy designer stuff. I mean like substantial money that I can buy property, that I can invest in other places and do things, like actual substantial money that you're able to do stuff with. Then I think I just won't be satisfied. And that's my biggest fear, is that every year that passes by and I'm not at that point.
Yeah.
And it's completely...
It's normal, bro. That's why a lot of people like fall into depression and stuff, even from a young age. Me, for example, like age of 16, I was like, by 17, I'm going to have my shit together by 18. Yeah. Okay, next year. And then when you're not there, you start panicking and you like, just the general fear. Don't get me wrong, it could be a good thing because you want to succeed.
Yeah.
But if you let that kind of overindulge you as a person and eat you up, it's going to have the opposite effect. Do you know what I mean? So you have to be patient and But make sure if you're feeling, oh shit, I'm not where I need to be, make actions. Don't just feel like it. So.
But I say this all the time, like the way I think is really like not good. I wouldn't advise anyone to think or look at things the way I think, because it's not good. And it's really skewed, because there's so much in life to be happy for.
100%.
There's so much to be like, so being a good son, being a good brother, being a good daughter, being a good like parent, all those things are more important than having a good career. But in my head, it's like I feel like my worth isn't, I don't feel like I'm worth anything unless I achieve something. Which is really, which is really fucked. And I'm aware that's a really flawed way of thinking, but it's just a way.
Like from the outside looking in, I can't, like we've had these conversations like over drinks and stuff. Like I can't always comment on like what you're doing and stuff. But from the outside looking, obviously you're always doing really well. But like I think something to be optimistic in your role. Like you consistently work hard within what you do, but you can find like another good job. Like you've had really good like connections, and the artists that you work with, the projects that you've done, it only takes one email to slide into your inbox.
And that's it.
Do you know what I mean? So you can't necessarily ever like kind of feel like, oh shit, I'm not doing. Look at what you've already done. Is big achievements. Do you know what I mean? Big achievements already. And like you should only look forward. And then if you're kind of getting through a stage where you're not getting those emails as much as you'd like, it's kind of on you to kind of go, okay, what can I do?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what's so fucked about it. Because that whole thing where I'm saying like, oh, I need to do something, I remember going like, so when I first did the Ray Black tour, right? And that was like for me the biggest thing at that time. I was like, fuck, actually working with the biggest
rudimental artists as well, bro. That's mad.
But the thing is after I'd done those, I literally felt like I didn't feel any sense of achievement. I didn't like, and this is the annoying thing is that I'll go on social media, and this is why it's so fake. I've said this on social media before. I'll go on there being like, fucking hell, can't believe like I've done, and I'll say that, but inside myself, I'll be like, I don't feel like
it's hard, but why? Why do you feel?
That's what I mean. It's weird, isn't it? And I don't know why.
Honestly, do you have no inclination?
No, because I don't feel like I've achieved. Because just because you go and do a good thing, like someone could like, whereas someone else would be gassed and rightfully so to go have an opportunity, and that's why I had to keep on reminding myself was. So I remember I would have given anything to have this opportunity.
That's what I was going to say.
And there's a million other people who would give anything to be in the position I'm in, like having this sort of access and doing this sort of thing. So I was like, well, why do I not feel fulfilled by that? And all it is that just because I didn't have, it wasn't a long term. I think in my head, why I think it was is that I didn't have a long term. That was a short term gain. So don't get me wrong, there might have been things that come with that, like maybe getting more work because people seem to do the work. But in theory, so with the rudimental thing, I was on tour for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But then once it finished, I was just back to doing stuff that I wasn't necessarily as interested in. So just because I did them 2 weeks, that didn't mean anything, because it was just like, okay, that paid, that did this, great, but what's next? And it's like, and if wasn't anything to get excited about next, it's just like, well,
the thing is that you've got to remember, first of all, the first thing that I would probably do, and it, like I said, it's always easier said than done. Like, look where you started off, mate. Like the stories that you've already told, like the funny ones of when you randomly met Dale, when you were filming under a tunnel, you didn't know nothing about what you were doing to where you're at now, to kind of be trusted by these artists, and probably what I would have felt like, oh, it's really good me being here, rah rah. But if I get a call back or like, what, Ray Black reach out to you again?
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. Obviously liked what you done, and that for me would have been like, okay, I've kind of, it's well deserved where I'm at now. Like I've kind of earned this moment. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to have some appreciation for where you've came, and like I said, she's reached out again, bro. So the proof is in the pudding. Obviously.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My mindset's flawed though, because what you're saying is exactly what I'd be saying to myself. If you were, it's
always the way. It's always the way. It's always easy for people to give advice, but not necessarily take that own advice.
Exactly.
It's just the way things
but
are.
It's just. But that's my biggest fear though, is that you always. I feel like you're always chasing something, right?
Yeah. I don't even want to say when it comes to success. You're not. What you're not saying right now is like based on money. You're doing it for a sense of achievement, so it's not greed, but like you always want the next thing.
Yeah,
like it's good to say what you're saying because there's a big sense of humbleness behind what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, but you've got to somehow find like happiness of where you're currently at the minute, and like I said, what you've done. And
it's a hard thing.
And if anything, you've got to look at it as not just a negative, but it's like even if you look at it as a negative, but the silver lining. Like you said, you want to do more. Like that, you're motivated. That's a positive thing. Do you know what I mean? So,
but do you have like where you have like your set, like I'd like we never spoke, like you set goals of what you want to achieve and things you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever have like any targets that you're just like, I want to, like, because I know you're saying when you were younger, it's like, and again, it's that mindset of, I want to do something by this age. But as of right now, is there something in your head where you're like, okay, right, I'm aiming towards this, or is it?
I think for me, I kind of, this is gonna sound cheesy, this is genuine, this is how I feel about it. Like when I was younger, like I said, I was doing music like 13, 14 and whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something in music, and I want people to know who I am. Rah, rah. Not like I want to be a star, but I want people to know who I am, and that would be important for me. I don't know, I just had some real there was just something in me that wanted to be known. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, not necessarily just the money, but that was it for me. And then, like obviously the years pass and that, and then it comes along with like, oh shit, I'm not doing anything. Like my music thing was the thing that I thought, I'm gonna like be rich one day, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's gone now. So like, what's my thing? Like, what am I gonna make loads of money out of one day? And I'm like, oh, time will pass. I'll find something. And obviously, it never happened. But now, where I'm at, like quite a few years ago now, I kind of like realized, as this is the cheesy bit, it was coming up. Like, I would very much rather hold a legacy where I don't care if I'm not known worldwide or anything like that. I'd like even within my city, to be very well known as like just a given person, a very good quality person that had an impact on people's lives, whether it like, for example, was like youth, like I helped change people's life. Like if I help like someone with like in a youth system or something, if I know I changed someone's life, that'd be really good for me. Do you know what I mean? So if I had loads of examples like that, that'd be enough for me.
But I bet your mindset's changed a lot from like becoming a dad as well. Because I think my mindset would change as well. Like if I was a dad.
And it's the cliche thing. Like you see all these people like have all this money in the world, and don't get me wrong, I love money as well. But I just know myself now. Like legacy is like more important. And kind of growing up and watching like UFC is a good example. They're always talking about legacy this and legacy that. Legacy they don't care about money. Yeah. They're all legacy. And then like, why he was talking about it, and now like I'm a bit older, I kind of relate to it. Like my name and like what I kind of stand for as a person, and that like if a lot of people like were impacted by my presence and my life, that's a strong thing.
Mate,
do you know what I mean? So,
that's true, and that is the stuff like that's more important. Like because when the day comes that we're no longer
with
here.
Your work, for example, like the work that you've done, like you've done work with homelessness, like videoing and whatnot. But even if you do a previous or future project that had a lot of impact on people and they remember you for that, that's
well, do you know, like of all the
massive,
stuff I did,
you know what I mean?
like this is like hand on my heart truth from the stuff I've done. Like because we did I did like a music video for Young Minds, which is like a mental health for like young people obviously dealing with mental health, and we created like I didn't earn any money from it. There was no profit for it, but I did it all from like to try and help raise awareness and raise money for Young Minds. But that meant more to me than going and doing a tour with whoever. Yeah. Like, because it's, as I said, it has more impact. But the problem is that, again, if it doesn't earn you money and doesn't do anything, it's
a balance. The reality is
juggling,
there is a balance.
Isn't it?
I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, because if that was the case, I'd quit my job and I'd be working as a volunteer somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So it is a balance. Don't get me wrong.
So it is tough, man. It is tough. Like, but I just think like I had this. I was saying this earlier. I was talking about Christmas, and we're talking about like knowing you buy someone something.
Yeah.
And it's something that they weren't expecting, but they really wanted.
Yeah.
And that kind of actual like happiness they have.
Yeah.
I was like, but the happiness you get from doing that
is
I was like,
probably more, man.
Yeah. I would agree. It's more. I was like, that's such a powerful thing. I was like, as a human race, like if we all did that more, like don't just wait for Christmas to do it. Like as a whole, just like be generous with people and give back and do things. And it's not about monetary. It's not about monetary things, but like doing things. And we all did that with each other. The world would just be a better place because it gives off like when you do it, it feels good. When someone does something for you, it feels good. So on both sides, it's happiness. But now it's like I feel like we're like I'm not gonna lie, I can be quite selfish with like my time. I can be quite selfish with my effort. And it's like, but if you just gave more of your time and energy into the right things, and
like I find myself as well. Like I reach out to like several friends. One of them being Wendy just yesterday. I had like, a nice catch up. But I realised like she's pregnant and she's due in like February, like a really close friend of mine. And I was like, shit, like I barely even checked in on her, see how she's getting on or anything. Like I felt terrible, genuinely. And I just reached out to her. And I was like, I've been busy at XYZ, rah, rah, rah. Nevertheless, I'm not making excuses. Like I'm really sorry. And I was expecting like kind of, oh yeah, nah, it's all right, but obviously she's not like that. And I was like, oh nah, I get it, understand. Thankfully she was like that. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes it is kind of hard with like the lives that we live and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
100%.
it's still important to be conscious enough to go, I should have checked in. Not like you have to apologize, but like I just felt that way because I feel it's important to check in on the people that you care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it means, and it does mean so much. Like I had it recently. Like you realise that the real simple things. Like, and I don't know whether this coronavirus caused this, but like, so my mum come round and like I was like, oh, should we like, place? I got into Scrabble. I was telling you about this, and my mum would just come around and would play Scrabble, and like it was. That sounds really fucking like
simple,
but it was really fucking cool. Like it was just really nice, and it was like even like my mate Calv come round, we just like got to take away and watch the boxing. It wasn't like a fucking boozy one. It was just like come around and watch boxing. It's dope. It's like, but those little things where you, like I said, you just spend time with people, do nice things with people. Like it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. I feel like we're fucking like the Christmas fucking.
This is really Christmassy, isn't it,
This
man?
got real Christmassy, but yeah.
Turn off that Netflix and that shit you was gonna jingle all the way. Turn it off right now.
But yeah, man, that's just. No, that's a long way to talk about retirement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, boy, I even said my retirement plan, man.
What's your retirement
Mine
plan?
was actually short and quick. I was
going
gonna say what I was gonna do. So basically, I'm the type of person that would never fully be able to retire on a beach and that. I'd probably work a couple of days, but I was gonna have my own business. I don't know if I should say my business because somebody,
someone will steal it,
if we
mate.
have a rich like someone that views this, I'm fucked. Do you know what I mean? Because I genuinely think I think I've said to you before, like it's my business plan. Like I want to retire.
Is this about the gaming?
No. Now this one, the one I've got, I've definitely probably said it to you before. Should I just say what it is?
Yeah, let's go. Well, yeah, I feel like we're on edge now, so let's just go.
Yeah, it's not amazing, but for me, it just sounds like relaxing. So basically, I want to open up a massive like restaurant. But look, here it is, like
You want to open a restaurant?
a restaurant.
No, it's just funny. You're like, I don't know if I should tell everyone. All right, I want to
No,
start.
no,
I want to
no.
open a restaurant.
No. It's not like massive, but I just think it's something simple, and I think it'd be effective as well. Like a sports bar, but you can have like American sports, like traditional, like based food, like wings. I don't know, teams and like the food and name it after things and all that quirky type stuff there. Obviously, be able to like play UFC at like God knows what time, boxing, all those kind of things there.
Yeah.
But the main attraction.
Yeah, I was going to say, this just sounds like a sports bar.
I will have like the American style because I've checked it out within the UK. There's no one that does it like how I pictured it. Like, you know, the US batting cages, like the baseball batting cages, when it spits out the baseball and you've got like the actual cages and have them in the back. Because obviously you're going to have people come date night and whatever. And obviously the younger couples and couples in general, they're going to be out there. And
Mate,
then I've got a cool restaurant and... Do you know what I mean? It's something simple, but it's nice atmosphere.
That is a good idea, and I'm not bad mouthing you. It's just really funny. No, it's just really funny.
Don't you say but.
No, I'm just saying, you were like, I don't know if I should tell everyone. I don't know.
But who's got that? It's simple.
But then you were just like, I want to open a bar that serves American food.
Batting cages is like, no one's got the bat. Do you know anyone else got batting cages? I please, if someone knows where there's a place, yeah, and I know there's places out there, but it's not the same as the US ones.
Your master idea is batting cages in a bar.
Not in the bar, outside. So outside, obviously there'll be lighting and whatever, but like you come out the bar, out the back, and there's just like obviously batting cages.
Will people be allowed to drink?
You know, like like Top Golf.
Yeah.
It'll be like similar to that, but it'll be like baseball batting cages. Not as massive. There'll be enough. And that, do you know what I mean? But
mate, I'm not.
But the bar itself,
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh at it because if you do it and it works out well,
it's not gonna make a lot of money, but it'll make enough money whilst keeping the wheels clocking over, and I'd enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be like Hooters.
I like that, yeah. Brad Hooters.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. I'll kick us off a song of the week this week. For the record, also, we haven't said this yet. So next week, we're going to do a podcast, but then we're going to be off for 2 weeks until the new year.
Oh, shit,
so, man. Yeah, we just got one more episode before Christmas. So I'm just going to say this now. I'll remind everyone, if I don't know who even makes it this far in the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no one's fucking waiting for us. But yeah, we're going to have 2 weeks off from like Christmas week and New Year week, and then we're back week after.
So slide in our DMs if you want to chit chat or anything. We're always about.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. But my song of the week is by an artist called IIIa J, who is Jay Dilla's brother.
Wait, Jay Dilla. I want to show my knowledge on. Is he the producer?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like I'm
that guy. I just thought it must have.
Yeah, like but yeah, like IIIa J. I think he was also part of like Slum Village. I don't really like. I know Slum Village is quite a big thing. Yeah, they're quite like a big like.
What, US?
Yeah. Like obviously US, but yeah, this song's called Sam Cooke. I been listening to it for like the past few weeks. I don't know if it's even new. I'm not even sure if it's new or... Nah, this come out like 3 years ago. But yeah, it come up on my playlist and I've just thought it was sick. So let me hit play on it. So yeah, Sam Cooke by IIIa J.
Check this shit out right here, Looking for the right situation, occupation, sick of wasting. So much time, no more waiting, losing patience on the elevator, trying to raise up my vibration with the most I have in a conversation, working on the plan to get this paper, now I'm faded, high off these vapors, get these fucking bills paid, Sam Cooke it till the meals made, I wasn't sleeping and I still late, catch me creeping when it's real late, catch me creeping when it's real late. That's really true to my interview. Not the kind where you ask me questions, but I'm asking you just to speak the truth. Get these fucking bills paid. Sam Cooke it till the meals made. I wasn't sleeping and I still late. Catch me creeping when it's real late. Catch me creeping when it's real late. Catch me creeping in my spaceship. Yeah, I'm talking about my body. Yeah, I'm talking metaphysics. Yeah, I'm one of them space pimps. Pippin' flows, that's my hobby. Getting dough, that's my hobby. Been a hustler since 8'6", since I came on my mama body. Been trying to win this fucking lottery and win this sweepstakes grip till I wake up in a Bugatti and 2 Range Rovers behind me like, get these fucking bills paid. Sam Cooke it till the meals made. I wasn't sleeping and I still lame. Catch me creeping when it's real late. Catch me creeping when it's real late. Get these fucking bills paid. Sam Cooke it till the meals made. I wasn't sleeping and I still lame. Catch me creeping when it's real late.
That was IIIa J with Sam Cooke.
Is it IIIa J?
IIIa J, yeah, I think so. There's the 3 letters at the start are all like, they look no like on L's and I's, capital I's look the same. So I'm guessing it's meant to be an I. IIIa J, yeah.
Okay.
That's from his album called Home, by the way. I haven't actually listened to that album yet, so I'm gonna check that out.
It's a nice song.
I'll report back. Thank you.
Decent.
Right. Before we get to yours, thank you for watching this far.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I always enjoy having a chit chat with the people. So even if you got a random question, enlighten us.
Yeah,
give us something funny, whatever. Slide in the DMs.
But yeah, roll us out, man. What's your song of the week?
My song of the week, the song of the week.
Been
a lot of that today. Song of the week is Salieu, my guy. He's doing very well at the minute, and this is a hot one. I felt like
his album's sick, by the way. Like, his album is so good.
It's a simple thing. You know when someone just manages to put together a good track and you don't even listen to it like specifically for anything, like, oh, lyrics this and whatever, it's just a vibe. And this is exactly what it is. But what I was going to say, it's featuring Mahalia. I'm not going to lie. What do you think? What's your opinion on this? Mahalia should not have featured on that song. I don't think it went well with the song. I felt like it was...
Really?
It was so clean. And then her verse, it just sounded like poppy where it didn't need to. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, see, I thought she was a good addition.
Nah, I really don't think
that's fair. That's fair. But I don't get me wrong. I think the song could have worked without her. But I don't.
Yeah, I think it'd have been better without her.
But I think she just brings an element which I personally liked.
It was like a more chilled Skepta energy, stay far away kind of vibe to it.
That's fair, man. Yeah,
I just don't think.
But I love Mahalia. So
she is good. Yeah, what's that song? I was listening to a song by Mahalia. Was it Mahalia? I'm not Mahalia. Sorry, Mahalia.
To be fair,
but called Sober. I was listening to her, and then it's like she does that Wished My Ex song. So she's.
Mate, I went to go see her. Not to go off your song of the week, but I went to go see her in Birmingham. This was like before she properly blew up. So it was after she did the Sober and Colours.
Yeah.
Which pretty much what put her on the map. And it was a really like small like like Crawford Arms sort of style venue.
Okay.
So good, man. Like just real incredible. Yeah, I'm a massive fan.
I'll check her out more stuff. Like I said, her songs I do actually
Yeah,
like.
you fucking hate it. That's great.
No, I honestly do like her, but I just don't think it was a good fit on this song. But yeah, again, it's Pastelé Energy. Thank you so much to anyone that has listened. Again, love band.
Some brothers give it in, some make it out. Some ain't got the heart, some behold the spirit. Some do it for the living, most do it for clout. Some do it for the money, the dollar, the pound. Some get it on their own, leech on their own. For the love of money, see niggas done on their own. They told me I can't do it, that it don't make sense. You switch too fast, it's either the grave or pen. They told me I can't do it, that it don't make sense. You switch too fast, it's either the grave or pen. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them draw out the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Yeah, protect your energy. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them draw out the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Protect the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Protect your energy. Crown on my head, I was born shining day. Put us in the dirt so we keep dying. I died 100 times and I keep fighting. Crazy dunya, people shaky and I'm still riding. Been anti with it and I was raised different. Never let no pussy in this world try pressure. Old spirit, diligent spirit. I'm on to everybody who try take on my spirit. Old spirit, diligent spirit. Who job bless, nobody can hold back. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them draw out the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Yeah, protect your energy. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them draw out the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Protect the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy. Protect your energy.
Don't take too much time. Gotta run to the light. Yeah, you gotta run and protest if they come. They better respect, protect you. Protect your energy too, baby.
Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them blow out the energy. They just want your fall cause they're jealousy.